Hello, hello, am I here? Heard. Oh, that did not move that. I made mistakes in setting up today. I was paying attention to the clock. I was on time, and then I wasn't because I was paying attention to a clock in a different room that is not correct. I don't know how the clock on the microwave changes every, just every few weeks, just suddenly a few minutes off. I don't know why that is. Anyways, tonight is Wednesday. We're playing more Death's Door. Anyone tuning in last night's stream heard me talking about potentially making a crow model, but that is not done yet. So that's not a thing tonight. Let's quickly jump into the game. I've got to plug in the remote. Got some new headphones, and I don't know if they're better or worse than my old earbuds, but definitely easier to test audio with. So I'll make future changes to audio settings and improve. Whether or not I need to get a new mic is up for debate when it's a couple years old. But mics don't really age that poorly. Let me select the different window. Where's the game? Yes, I know I'm fumbling around tonight. Just give me a moment to catch up to all the chaos I've caused in a second. I'm live without any problems. Good, let's jump into the game before I get more distracted. A few minutes late, but I will just go a few minutes over. I water. Oh, right. I realized something. Why are we here? Whatever, it's fine. Oh, wait, where did I was thinking something else. There's something I need to show off that I realized that there's an ability we have that I thought I and a lot of others think we have to wait to unlock. That is, you just have access to the beginning of the game that is used for getting collectibles and stuff, but there is no tutorial for. And let's go find a location to show it off with. I believe there's one we can do up here. Wrong button. Leave this direction. Do give me just a second. There we go. You don't need to unlock that. That isn't something you have to gain in the game. It doesn't ever tell you. You just go up an edge and push equivalent of your regular attack, not your. And that's how you get through these. It doesn't ever tell you. I forgot you didn't have to unlock an ability for that. You just have that from the beginning of the game. So there's stuff we can do with that real quick in past areas. I missed this area, huh? This would have been the first shiny if I hadn't walked past it. I found some incense. This stuff smells very strong. Incense used in ancient rituals to aid the dead in their passage to the next life, and to mask the stench of corpses in the embalming process. The label on the side reads, Incense of Atonement, perfect for masking that rotting corpse smell. There's that one building somewhere around here. I think it's up here. I don't think we have ground pound. I think we need a key for that we just still don't have. This door requires a key to open. The looks very old and rusted. There's a few areas in the witch zone that we can use the ground pound for. I want to go and get those real quick. Since I suddenly remembered, we can do that. It just does, like I said, it doesn't ever tell you. Oh, wait, we can, wrong button? What is the button? Like B. You can also access this now, so you know, more backpacking. Plant seed. What is this? Oh. I could not roll past it. Well, that was failure, but let's, you know, retry that. It's related to fire. It's gotta be us. Ooh, we don't have to leave the door to try again. Sweet. That's the thing about the bow. It's definitely faster. Keep my I know he does multiple. I should really keep my distance. You just gotta hit the dash button multiple times for that. Barely out of the range for that. Oh, a guy by his fireball. I do believe that would have been the last round since he is, you know, got 3 fireballs instead of the... or 2. Let's just try to be more patient. That was not being patient. That is going to be difficult, just dodging the flames. Oh, we'll get it. It's going to take a few more tries this rate. And that was impatient. That was impatience. Yeah, that, I should have just given up on that one once I got that third hit. But he was getting close. can't move quickly while you're stuck in that, so you gotta move away from the fire better than I did. Ugh. I will get it. I do believe... I'm not gonna spoil what this is. Do you know what this is? Finally, I got it. That was difficult. Fly! Ascendant Serpent has been vanquished and their soul power added to yours. Your fireball spell now burns enemies for extra damage over time. Achievement unlocked, cremation. We just powered up our fireball spell. You can find after getting, I'm not gonna say what each one is, but different abilities, some challenges to make them stronger. Reasons why exploring the world is good, because you unlock different things. I remember where the ground pound stuff is in this area. There's a few of them. There's also a few things we unlocked because of the fire. We didn't have them when we explored the area. Also, those breakable walls, few breakable walls. And a few other abilities we have to backtrack for, which... Just doing this for the sake of, essentially a checkpoint. Now there's one ground panel location over here. I don't know if we can do it at the moment though. We cannot require that does require another ability. And that's what I was looking for though. We'll have to come back for that. And then there's the thing over here, which across there, which is the garden thing we couldn't quite enter. Is it over the left or the right? Yeah, we can't get into there at the moment. I think it's the right. The area with the grave and clearly something hidden. Or is it up further? It was up further. Oh, we didn't ever... Oh, I don't have a seed to plant anyways. I forget how to figure out the pattern for this. The family tomb. I know there is a pattern. It's a passcode. I can tell you to break certain ones. I know I wrote down. Right. I think it requires an item we don't presently have. Right, we have to. There's something we get for the fire building in the actual mansion that we want to go get that has the passcode on it. So this way? That's right, this thing. You found an old photograph. What a lovely couple. What if they lived happily ever after? An old sun-damaged photo of a couple at their wedding. Special memory of better times. It looks like somebody used to draw on. And that's where the passcode is. And that's what we needed. Okay, let's go take advantage of that fact. Forget if we found everything in this area. I think there's something back here, but none. And either way, we have to come back here after we get the future areas abilities as well. But while we can get through this thing, I wanted to show it off. Because if I remember correctly, there is at least a reward we can get there. I didn't mean to go this way, but whatever. No, I did go this way. So wait till it rotates around, then hit inspect. Stop middle. First. And you. No! Gotta wait. Yeah, because we hit one of them. I'm gonna try doing. Make it a little bit easier. Probably be if I just equip the daggers so they have a shorter reach. Got middle. Seriously? Top left. This was broken, so we have to redo them all. Bottom right, then just absolute middle. There we go. No sequence breaking or cheating. You can, I believe the passcode is the same every time, so you can straight up and get in there if you just know it. Enemy seeds. Achievement unlocked. Plothead. You found a rusty garden trowel. This looks quite fancy. Must have belonged to someone who loved taking care of plants and flowers. An old garden trowel used for digging small holes in which to plant seeds. Clearly been well used. Light coating of rust have been formed on the blade. Iron details of the handle have now been worn away through years of happy use. Previous owner took good care of it. It must have been a keen horticulturist. The inscription engraved in the metal reads, "In the moon's light I will appear bright, while a seed is within my sight." We can re-equip the regular sword if we want. And this is in relation to the... Like I said, technically not this one. So as I mentioned and stuff like that, I won't spoil anything about what you get here about that, but you have to plant all the seeds. Like all the seeds in the game in every single one to get to that. To get what is the reward here. So, you know, that's why I kept saying, plant every single one you get at every single urn. I think there was something I missed over here as well that I couldn't do. It required fire, right? Yeah, I did. And then we'll return back to the forest to stop backtracking and then continue in progressing. Big jumping's working, right? Yeah, that's what you get for coming here with fire. You get access to another shrine! The ancient shrine offers you a shard from a vitality crystal. You now have 3 shards. One more will raise your vitality. There's anything up there at the moment. I can go this way. It's as quick as going the other route. Just gotta get back to a door. We can go to the one here, I guess. Probably a bit closer than the other one. See, we have 500. Then we can upgrade. We could save up for a upgrade for a 6 stat or just move on. 800 for strength, 600 for everything, for anything else, or haste. Hey there, Valmar 1993. Thank you for coming to my stream. I'm playing some Death's Door. I was just doing a little backtracking because last time we finished the Ceramic Manor and then started in the forest, but I also remembered you can use the ground pound ability without actually, you know... Oh, hello, welcome, Val. Yeah, now I'm returning to the forest as I did the stuff I can backtrack for at the moment. Oh, I was going last time. Wait, I just unlocked the access to the... further ahead from somewhere. Oh yeah, I was through here. Just unlocked this last time. Oh, there's another door here. I could, if I'd left it open, that'd have been good. I'd say it's a Metroidvania style game, but hack and slash as well. As you go around getting different abilities in different areas and you just fight big bosses. And it's themed around death and stuff like that, but like kind of cartoonish way. But and as you can see, you play as a crow with a sword. And you can also equip daggers or an umbrella. There's 4 unlockable abilities. We only have 2 at home: the bow and fire. Yeah, this one came out in, was it 2019 or 2020? I do not remember. This is technically, although I know the story in the game, this is actually my first time playing it. I watched someone else play it in the past. Boy, Reaper, what are you doing here? My grunt said there was some shady crow causing trouble in the ruins. I had to come see for myself. If you're here for my soul, then tough luck. Your goal is to go around fighting different bosses to open a giant door, because you're gonna die because your door, the soul you're supposed to collect as a Reaper, was stolen from you. So you gotta open a big door using different big souls. And you're going around fighting different big bosses for that. This is the second one, the Frog King. I definitely recommend this game to anyone who hasn't played it. It's got great visuals and just great fun playstyle. It is not very easy though, because it's more about patience than anything else for the fights. And I can learn skill, but patience is a hard thing to develop. I earned my power fair and square, just thriving in the system your lords created. You don't get anything for attacking the bosses when they talk to you in the different areas, but you can. And that is a reason enough for me. Living Reaper. I hunger for souls. Yeah, much like the last area where we had to get a few different dead crows for you. Wait first. Go down first. For healing, you get seeds and you plant these different planters. They use them once and they're taken. Then you have to essentially either die or go through one of the doors to the hub world and back in order to re-access it. So you can save them, but they are also a collectible of planting every single one in every single pot. So I recommend not waiting, because you're bound to forget one if you save them for too long. I mean, once you beat the game, it shows you where through the doors you go to the different areas in the hub worlds where you haven't collected something or done something. It doesn't tell you exactly what it is, but it tells you a general area. So you're not gonna screw it 100% on getting 100% if you don't catch something after that. These things are always hitting me off a lot. Alright, we got the increased burn damage on this earlier, being that secret boss. No, I believe it's on. I forget what console it's on. I believe it is on Switch. It's I think it's on Xbox. It was when it first came out only PC, but it did get later releases on other consoles. I can look it up. I don't remember which console they're on. Oh, let me just check a second. It's on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5, as well as PC, because I'm playing it through Steam right now. So if you don't have a PC that's good for playing games, you can still definitely get this game. Locked in a grimy dungeon. Not the way I wanted to go. It is definitely a great game. I highly recommend it. There is like no map, so if you're the type that wants to go around collecting things, like me, you tend to get lost. You will get lost at one point. That's not really talking negatively about it. Oh, for the, so you do get more health and what is essentially magic through unlocking through shards, which we've already collected some of them. But you start with 4 of each, which is in the top left. The green is your health, so it's hit points. There is no damage, you just get a hit and you take 1 hit. And there's magic, which charges up from hitting things with your sword, which is used for your arrows and bows. I mean, your arrows and magic. Because your arrows are also magic. Gotta make sure I dodge that. And you unlock the different abilities by fighting different, unlocking different areas and bosses. You can't really heal beyond getting those flowers as mentioned. Oh. Shortcut unlocked. And you do unlock you do get to upgrade your different stats, which it shows you in the hub world. In the bottom right, you see soul and also a seed. Seeds are for the different flowers. You find one, you plant it. Soul is used for stats, which is in increments. It's 400, 600, 800, 1,000, and we haven't maxed out any stats in it, so I don't remember the amounts for the higher. But there's haste for movement and ability to dodge. There's just flat-out physical attack. There's magic power, and then dexterity, so the speed of your attacks. There's no requirement to upgrade them in a specific order. It's entirely your choice. Different strategy guides would recommend using different stats, but it's really just how you want to play. For the most part, for fights and stuff, you don't actually have to use the magic. It's not a requirement. This way to the Frog King's domain. Down that pathway or go up that way because I didn't go a different direction up there. I'm gonna go the other direction up here first before I continue in this path because if it's up here it's a dead end. But right or wrong, we're gonna have to go every direction anyways. These enemies dig into the ground when you try to hit them up close, so different kind of annoying. Ooh, new weapon. And that's how you get your different weapons. You find them lying about. I believe we have to get given there's light shining down, we have to drop down from above. You start off with just this red sword, which for the different stats you can see damage versus swings with the combo, range, and then swing time. The daggers are faster with more swings, but less damage and less range. The umbrella is the weakest of them all, but in return, there's an achievement for being the entire game using it, just it for fighting, which is neat. I have not done it. I don't know if I ever will. Yeah, we can't get that from here. We gotta come from a different direction. So that was a pointless backtrack. Enemies do respawn after you die, so if you clear out an area, survive. Otherwise, you're gonna have to refight everything. We do have the key. We can go through there. Oh. Its isometric perspective is nice, but it also means sometimes you don't pay close attention. And forget you're on a different field or ground than enemies. You mean over here, or... Oh, you mean... hold on, I'll show you. You mean that wall up there? Or is there a different wall? Oh, yes, this one. So, that requires an ability that we haven't unlocked yet to be able to break those. You see them throughout the game. Like I said, it's a Metroidvania. You go... you see in the top left, there's bow and fire. Those are all we've unlocked at present. We get a new ability in each area. Although I won't say what the abilities we haven't unlocked are, because that would be minor spoilers. I do slightly spoil that you do get access to that. Oh, one other thing that's of note if you get this game, Ground Pound. There is no tutorial in the game for that. It's not really heavily useful in combat, but there are visual grates that you can go through to get collectibles, and it never tells you have a Ground Pound. And I forgot about that. So last time I was thinking, oh, you have to get a new ability for that. No, it's not an ability. It's just something you have from the get-go, and it just doesn't ever tell you. You just roll off of the edge of something and then use your attack button. I don't actually remember the name of the ability. I'll just say it's an attack type ability which will be able to destroy walls. And we have seen its effect through those flowers. Oh. Be careful when dodging. I just dodged into a wall, which you can clip onto, so as a result, you can't dodge further. Probably gonna die and have to redo this. Yep. He had a longer range on that hammer than I thought. Minorly annoying. But really unlock the different pathways. But as mentioned, it is the way everything's just... Oh! Right, I hate these guys so much they do that. Luckily, it was just right nearby. Oh. Well, that was close. Man, I hate that enemy. Every area's got that one annoying enemy that's gonna be a nuisance to deal with. Or you can deflect the projectiles. More often than not, I just dodge them. Got it! That was close. I have to go up and heal. A Lord of Doors is losing the plot in their old age. How could they have let our doors malfunction like this? As you can see, there's those 4 notches on the top of the door. Gotta get all 4 of the souls to open it. Down for a swim. Gonna join me, Reaper? Yeah. No, probably a wise decision. If I'm being honest, I was gonna try and drown you. See, I'm being honest. Really, that counts for something. What do you say? Truce? No, I just can't shoot you. Is that not quick enough? Is there one more that I missed? Later. We have one key. I can go back to the other area first before exploring here. This will give us a shortcut. Indeed. How much soul do we... We have enough for an upgrade to one of the weaker abilities, but I think I'll leave it be for now. Decide on which one later. Go this way, which we have pathway forward, that way with the key. Get the key first, I guess. Oh, it's a dead end, so it's no good. And the power up in the fire ability we didn't have to pick up, so these fights are definitely made easier by having gotten that. When we don't miss. Gotcha! Gotcha! Way through. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we did have one. There's a sea up there. The passages out of the dungeon are sealed, and the door back to the office is also somehow been sealed. We're trapped in here. As we see in the first area, which I guess, since not spoiler, behind that door is the ability we unlock, so we gotta get through it to get it. That's not the boss of the area. We just get our abilities through going through there. So it shouldn't be too long until we get the next ability. Alright, this area. I mean, that's technically a shortcut, but I wouldn't really ever use that one. Oh, right, when you get the ability first. That's what the frog guy looks like when he's not in water in a wall. You get the key from here. Got it. I want to go up that pathway, but I'll go through here first. Get whatever's. Then I'll go back. Hello.
Told you already, Crooked Crow. You're out of luck. You think you'll be dethroning me. King of the Swamp, that's what they call me. When I took charge, the swamp has been cleaned up, and now life thrives in the water. Those forced children and their mother were simply standing in the way of progress. It's nothing personal. I'm just adapting the world as you and your lords have made it. Have you seen what it's like out there? It's a mess. A wasteland. Barely any new souls come into the world these days, since your commission plugged up the system. Good job on that, Crooked Crow.
Whoops. Didn't mean to talk through that. Here's a little pixel. I got distracted by my cat. Luckily that wasn't that far. Because then it was right over here. Thank the two of them for staying close together this time. That one I can't blame him. That was just me. Ooh. 3 of them. I don't think you can hit those back. Gotcha! That was close. To rot for eternity in a dungeon. There's nothing down here but grime, filth, and little frogs. Door's open, we'll be heading back there in a moment. First, around a little bit because we can't go through there because, well, wall. Let's go this way first. Oh. right, that's that area. We have to come back from the other side. Oh! I almost missed this. Oh, we can't get through there. We have to blow up the other side. And come through there as well. So it's after we get the ability. We'll head over and get that in a second after we go through here. It's a doorway and a bunch of stuff. Some soul, but we can't get there from here. Means we probably drop in from above somehow. I saw how we drop in, so what's over here? Wow, we leave us a pathway. And it opens up. Where does this lead to? I know we gotta go back for the dropping and get the item, but hold on a second. Oh, well, that's gonna be some going roundabout. I think this is for the hammer. It was. You found the Thunder Hammer. So I have to go back around. But worth it. This weapon crackles with unique soul energy. You can equip it from the weapons menu. I believe this one, yeah, it's less swings, more damage, more swing time. But it's got lightning. Have to go all the way back around to get... Yes, we can go through the door and get the ability, but I want to go get that stuff first. I mean, it would have been faster to recollect stuff if I didn't do it this way, but I don't always make the best decisions. And there's another shrine there, which we haven't gotten yet. Oh! Missed our drop a bit. And that's what we wanted. Now let's go get the new ability. We can also go upgrade one of our stats if we want, because we're almost... If I had just slayed enemies on the way back, we could probably get to 1,000. We'll have more choices. I have no one to blame but myself for that. Or that. Hammer takes a little getting used to, but still myself to blame for that. Let's go back to the door and upgrade a stat first. Then we'll go get a new ability. I don't know how long I'll keep the hammer equipped. It's got good for fighting multiple enemies, but its lower combo is going to make me take a lot of hits without thinking. Because I'm more of a spam type fighter. So we can increase our attack. We could increase our haste again for more dodge. Increase dexterity or magic for more power or attack rate. I'm gonna go with attack. I went through the wrong door. I mean, not a big deal, but yeah. That was not a hit I needed to take. Anyways, be wary, Living Reaper. Like last time, we gotta go through somewhere in the area of the doors. Ooh, look, another big treasure chest. Surely this one won't be as horrifying as the last one. Nope, still gonna eat us. That hurt. Avarice. Switch weapons. Nope. Rolled right into that. Okay, what hit me that time? I didn't actually... Oh, not the poison cannon. I rushed too much at him to try and take him out before he could shoot poison, forgetting that he smacks you with the big cannon. Let's not screw around this time. I will say, I'm not complaining about having the music, because this is definitely some great music. Okay, why is he not being taken out? All the other bow guys always had less health than that. Whatever. These are tougher versions of the enemies. I should remember that. As I take a grenade to the face. I'll get it. Nope. Boss room or enemy rooms or enemy rushes are not easy. Oh, you were new. A poison wizard. Gotcha. Took a few tries, but I got it. Time for a reward.
Gift to a fellow crow to aid you on your quest. Another big crown, but this one's not gold. Bomb spell acquired. Press right to switch the bomb spell. I didn't want to spoil this because it didn't seem as fun. It seemed better to be surprised that when you get the ability to just throw bombs at people. Because, well, what's a better way to break walls than just kind of blowing them up? This appears to be a Reaper's abandoned logbook. Concerning seismic event has been recorded in the region surrounding Death's Door. We've been ordered to seal all doors and close all open assignments in the region. There are many Reapers still active there, but these orders from way above, so I'm not going to question them. I have to ask myself, what happened to the crows who were still out there? They died. The only downside of the bomb spell, as you can tell, is it takes 2 power instead of just 1. I don't know if it's more powerful than the other spells, but definitely got more range. You've been all over the place, haven't you? Your doors are everywhere. Little bird told me you even end up in the big boss office at one point. What a strange thing. What if someone tampered with your door? Hey. Was it you? Didn't know you could do that. Oh, we need fire. I'll see what you have to say, then we'll head back over there and use fire. We're fighting for scraps these days. That's not enough assignments to go around. Only a handful of us Reapers left in service. Heard whispers. There may be some crows living free outside the commission. If that's true, we might run into them at some point. And there's a bomb on the wall over there. Oh, we know where some pots are back here. Charge up for getting through there, and then also the bomb wall back there. More soul? Another. This appears to be a Reaper's abandoned logbook. My colleague failed to return from a routine mission. I tried heading through his door to check in on him, but it was sealed shut. Orders from upper management, apparently. Sent a query to head office, but they insisted that this was normal procedure and the case was closed. Still no word from my colleague. He mentioned he was being assigned to assist a powerful witch with some research last time we had lunch. Said he was a bit worried before he started, but it turned out she was quite a nice old lady. We learned last time that was not true. I wonder if she had anything to do with the closure. Hope he's alright. He is not. We found him last time. You found a scale model of an ancient Reaper door. It doesn't function, and it was probably made long ago as a mock-up for the doors. I found another shiny. This version of technology was quite inefficient, requiring numerous raw souls to power it. It's better to be replaced with the newer models we see today. This was not the direction I meant to go. I meant to take this bridge. Finally, we get to this area where we've been seeing things. This appears to be a Reaper's abandoned logbook. A recent seismic event has sent upper management to a frenzy. We've been ordered to scrub all mentions of it from records and close all active assignments in the region. I got in good conscience that all those Reapers remain cut off from the Commission and their homes. I'm going to try and make my way into the vicinity to see if I can help them. If I make it back in one piece, I'll take my logs to indicate what I found. There are no more entries in this journal. You found a surveillance device! Looks like someone has been spying on the Commission. Surveillance device. This device looks like it was planted here to spy on the activities of the Reapers in the Hall of Doors. Or a place it seems to have been listening to the Commission's communications, but almost certainly know if any souls being assigned to Reapers. Now maybe that could that have something to do with us? Maybe? Who knows? I don't think there's anything else to do back in the starting area. I'm getting complaints about strange force spirits popping around the office. I doubt they could have gotten in. No. Wonder if it'll go off if we've got the umbrella. The answer to that is yes. No one there. Or there. Take it off, it's closed. Going to fix a broken pipe. Back in 3 to 4 years. Management. And then this is going to still be broken. Click! Seems like the phone isn't connected to anything. We only have one more weapon to go. Depending on your playstyle, each one's different use, I guess. The dagger's definitely good for against big bosses. The sword's good against dealing with a bunch of enemies up close. The hammer does more arc damage. We can get an upgrade if we want. The umbrella's not really good for anything besides the challenge. Now, where's our tiny door? It should be in our collection, should it not? Come with the soul vault. I guess we haven't left to come back yet. Increase your combat abilities? We could save up and get attack or haste further up, or we can get dexterity or magic up. We've been using fire a lot. We now can go back to past areas if we want to and backtrack a little bit. But I'll wait until we've finished up in the area we're in before going and using the bombs in the other areas. Little bird, save Grunt. Grunt be forever think, little bird. I don't know what that does, but, you know, you're welcome, bud. We have to go get that key first from the other area around the corner that we have seen. But we can get through it because on the wall. But yeah, we saw that there was a wall here with some soul. I take a lot of hits, I don't have to, don't I? You found a corrupted antler. Wonder what creature this used to be attached to. Shiny! A large antler riddled with deformations. This belonged to a formidable beast. These have broken off some creature's head in a struggle, where its owner plunged in the pits below. It looks oddly familiar. Does it? Is that a reference to something that I don't know? There's a few areas around the forest, which I don't remember off the top of my head where they are. But we can use the explosive. And there's this way. If we have to use the explosive to progress through. I think I'm just doing that now. Worry about more backtracking before we beat the next boss. Wrong ability. Or next time. We'll see what happens. Ah, the crooked crow doesn't give up easily, huh? Out there, I was a tiny frog in a big pond, but here I'm top of the food chain. My favorite meal is all those delicious stray souls. You've got your work cut out for you, Reaper. My subjects will see to that. Then it's crow pie for supper. And truffle for dessert. Our chef makes a fantastic truffle. I can't hit him. Oh, I could. I was just missing. Crow pie sounds terrible. I can't imagine there being a lot of meat on a crow. Most birds, especially most flighted birds, don't really have a ton of meat. They kind of make them heavy and make flying difficult. That way first or this way? But clearly that way was not the intended way, so that way first. Or I'm very wrong. Who knows? It's very much the way we wanted to go. Speaking of, we didn't get a shrine back in the other area we need to go back and get. Oh, there's a magic one. And it's full. The ancient shrine offers you a shard from magic crystal. Completed crystal fills your soul with power, raising your magic capacity. Gotta start over with the magic now. Well, now we have five power. So still only 2 bombs, but 5 everything else. So if we'll go that way, let's see if there's anything visible down here that we might do. Doesn't look like there's going to be another pathway. It's just a simple shader, yet it looks so amazing. Ooh. Was this a shortcut? I think it was. Well, not really, it's you have to go around anyways for that, but you know. Any reason to have done that? Doesn't look like it. We want to go that way or this way is the question. I'm going to continue up that way first. Bit of soul we would have not been able to get to otherwise. It would have been very annoying trying to figure out how to get there if we went the other way. How much do we have now? 467, so not enough to upgrade anything. Let's save up to 1,000 grade attack next.
feeling I missed something back there. If I did, I will find out later, but you know. Well, that didn't work. Now looks like we're just going completely around the area. That's why I look like I missed something. No, I couldn't do anything there, but I thought I could. Finally, the door.
An intruder out there. Intruding! You regret this flagrant trespass. You're done for now, little bird. You're gonna get crushed. I mean, someone was, but not us. You're certainly persistent, Crooked Crow. You like my armor? It's a size too small, but I think I'll make it work. You believe I found it just lying around? You're my corpse. You're just another bleeding heart standing in the way of progress. This is the natural order. The strong survive. Hop on, small fry. You heard him? Hop on. Sure hope I don't end up between those chubby green cheeks. Things I never expected to say out loud or read. That was 2 pointless hits. Can't hit that from here. Oh, well, I did not know you could get damaged by your own bombs. Good to know. That will never be a thing I use in Combat 10. No, it will. Because, you know, when it's a bunch of enemies, and when I'm further away, that was annoying.
gonna be difficult. Or not. Yay. I screwed up. Don't think you have to redo all that? Yeah, but paths I opened up or just stay open. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I know I'm blamed by myself for that one. I got impatient there. Gotta take out these enemies before I get there first. Well, at least the ones I can take out from a range. Reasons to use a bomb. It definitely does damage. Which way do I want to go first? I guess this way, so I'm already going this way. That's like a dead end anyways. Did it again. So that blocks your pathway, good to know. I didn't notice until I saw him next to the other ones without that enemy. Well, that's gonna be neat to deal with that guy over there, but. That doesn't work. There's that. So we do have to go around somehow.
what good that did me, but technically none, because it's a different pathway. Ooh, didn't know that you could break those. So, you know, be careful with your bombs, apparently. What is that? That's supposed to be floating there? I think that's a graphical image, or a graphical glitch. Could be wrong. Pretty sweet, actually. Seriously? I did it again. I made it so far, though. So, well, at least I got a lot of shortcuts saved up, left open for me. So you can definitely not do that. So don't try that. You're 100% guaranteed to be hit before you can charge up the bombs. You have to take them out. Seriously? I wasn't holding that direction. That period haste would have come in handy here. Well, that wasn't what I was aiming, but you know, I'm not complaining. Oh, okay, that's why I can't hit them at a different height. Where's Zerd? Oh, here. I was in an animation. No, I could not heal or dodge that in time. But I can get there very quickly now. Kind of just a straight shoot. And that big guy doesn't even spawn now. Seriously? That's too easy to do. Ooh, I got a little too impatient there. That was tough. I believe with the music stopping, that means the entire challenge is now completed. I shouldn't have to do it again. How much soul do we have? We do have enough for an upgrade, but I don't know if I want to get one of the lower ones yet. I think I want to max out stat first. Yeah, the rest of our items appeared now. We're waiting to show up till we left and came back. 1,000 for attack, 600 for dexterity, 1,000 for haste, or 800 for magic. And yes, dexterity would be good. We weren't really dealing with Gauntlet like that. Hey, Rolf Gaming. 24. I'm doing pretty good, playing some Death's Door. It's about to go fight the next boss, the Frog King. Just deciding whether or not to spend what I have on dexterity upgrade or save it up for a more powerful stat. I think I'm gonna save it. Eventually I'm gonna max out all the stats, but that's gonna be a little low. Crooked Crow. Clearly my grunts have failed to teach you a lesson, so I'll have to do it myself. When I'm done with you, I'll use your feathers to buff armor, make it all shiny. I'll be the most handsome creature under the shadow of the door. Alright. Squishy time! King of the Swamp. Guardian of the flooded fortress. Lord of his domain, ruler of all these surveys, champion of the people, ruler of the 5 oaths, first in his name, second of his other name. He lives without middle initial or mercy. Destroy vault. I could not read that fast enough. You saw from the regenerating stuff before, yeah, he can, his hammer is the same as those different platforms we were hitting. You can't really attack him until he moves around enough. You have to destroy his armor. So wait till he gives you an opportunity. Like it did just then. That was pretty unexpected. I did not hit roll soon enough. Gotcha. I don't know if that does more damage or not. Oh, that didn't go well. If you want to rebuild those, make sure to hit the hammer thing. Which you can only really do with the bow. Miss. I don't know if that does damage.
I thought I missed them. That would have been annoying. A lot easier to dodge the attacks than it was to earn it, which... And then I comboed into the water. Well, yeah, don't do that. I almost got him first try. There we go. Time for phase 2. I don't think burn works on him. There's no point to do that because he hasn't destroyed the floor yet. Oh wait, how am I doing this? More attacks. More attacks will probably make it easier. There's not that much decreased damage. Was facing away, doesn't do damage. Good to know. Ooh, I almost made it away. Almost there. Oh yeah, with I almost there. It was one shot. Got him. We gather here today to mourn the passing of the Frog King. A bold and fearless leader, he was persecuted for his simple desire to place all in the forest under his rule, and occasionally his bottom. His reign is ended, and his absence will be felt across the swamp. Bow your head in remembrance, pay your last respects. His time in this world is over.
You found a giant arrowhead. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of these. His arrow would have been much too large to fit into any normal bow. Since latent soul engine contained inside, the Premier must imbue it with some of his soul in order to prevent or delay his death. In this aspect, it is a direct forerunner of the weapons that modern Reapers use themselves.
Well, that wasn't actually a pathway, but it was light. Some will be pleased the king's dead. But life is a life, and in death we are all unified. Ooh, we have called 100 souls, so the question is haste or... I'm going strength. That was a stat I wanted. Probably wait to backtrack till we have the last ability. Welcome to the Soul Vault. Would you like to increase your combat abilities? 1500 for the last one. Now we could go back to the forest a bit and look and see if we get any rewards for. I'm gonna say forget what there is to do there. Go to the camp, I guess. As you can probably tell, that we still require the other abilities to really backtrack in this area. The heart of the force is now open to you, but please be careful. You cannot control his things with them. Oh, so they're not going to say anything different despite the fact that we took out the Frog King. Good to know. Anything over here? No. There's that bigger but I guess I'll do all the backtracking once we have the last ability. Which you may or may not be able to figure out what it is.
Little force spirits have appeared out of nowhere. It's caused quite a stir around the office. Then I found a lot here with dirty infestation. It's great. I think this one likes me. What is this thing? And why does it just stare at me? So joyful, so carefree, so annoying.
Where was that one bomb wall in this direction? I will at least do that before I move on. Because also we can get that because we can. Just gotta find the area, but yeah, we can. I just didn't realize last time. I was looking for that earlier. There it is. Well, first of all, is that a pathway I can go? No, it just looks like it. Let's give this a try, at least. We started the stream off with facing off the first one, kind of fitting this, and the stream off with facing off another. Gotcha! Without the fire orbs floating around him, it's a bit easier to face off against. A silent servant has been vanquished, and the soul power added to yours. Your bomb spell now no longer damage you, only your foes, making it useful. Achievement unlocked, Demo Crow. Oh, we need the other ability to use to get there. Still worth it. Oh, I'm just gonna, I guess, talk to the Big Crow and get to a save point. I'm wrapping up the stream for the night there. Astounding victory! I am impressed by your courage and vigor, fledgling. I can't remember the voice I gave him. But once again, I reiterate, I've been stuck here for such a long time and accomplished so little in comparison to you. You've given this old crow hope for the first time in many, many years. Just one more giant soul and we can open death's door. It's just you head west. Top the mountain, you'll meet an ancient beast of untold years. So not that way. We still can't do anything about this because it's a Strix's twin. The hidden secret lies within. You have to find the twin first. This way to the stranded sailor. I don't know what that is. It's not our goal. I guess that means it's the place we want to go first. We should have stayed up first. Use that temple. That looks like a magic one. Nope, I was wrong. I wanted to go the down route first. Oh, that took a lot of damage. But he had almost taken him out. I think I'll do that and then I'll go call night there. Yeah. This is not where I want to go. I was just here earlier. How did I already forget the direction? Almost. Gotcha. Got the red glow, so it's gotta be the next magic one, yeah. We didn't get that other Vitality one back in the forest, did we? Trying to harvest use a shard from magic crystal. Collecting 4 raise your magic capacity beyond its limits. I'm not certain I could get it right now anyway, so it doesn't matter, I guess. I'll go back and get it later. The second I get the last ability, I will be doing a lot of backtracking. Just a heads up on that. Which we will not be getting tonight. I'm going to get to a save point and call it night there. It don't. Yeah, it doesn't have that. Anything. Lock pathway. Oh, hello again.
Oh ho ho! Seems you have found my old trowel. I haven't seen it in a long time. I do love gardening, but the state of the world these days, not much grows. I place pots all available in hopes that passing travelers might plant any seeds that they find. Mystic new life will spring up in due course. You found an adventure journal. Very damp. Pages seem to be stuck together. Captain's log. The waterlogged old journal's early chapters describe a tale being sucked through a giant door into the sea and start a new life strand atop a mountain. Later chapters just talk about the writer's friendship with the squid. I believe I took the wrong pathway. Or not? I'll go to that save point after I pick up. You received a Grunt old mask! It seems this Grunt is loyal to a new leader now. I wonder if it's that intelligent Grunt we found before. Hello again, little bird. Achievement unlocked, clever too much. Need come far and wide, see many things. World outside very beautiful. Well, live! That all Grunt wants. And good for you, buddy. Oh, Betty! My beautiful Betty. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and fake cry. Greetings, fellow bipeds. My name is Jefferson, a humble bartender and seafood enthusiast at your service. Would these human hands prepare your delicious meal today? Sure. Great! One delicious meal coming right up. Sure do love preparing food with my multi-digit mammal hands. We're holding chopsticks. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. That's the closest look we ever get to see at the crow model. Now let me tell you a little something while you ingest nutrients. You look like a sprightly young biped. Sure you could get down through a sewer grate, right? Heard there's a secret through a sewer pipe in the overgrown ruins. I heard there's a cracked wall deep in some dank dungeons with a secret behind. Perhaps applying a large force to that wall might open a path. There's a sewer not far from here that might lead to treasure. Although if there's no treasure in there, don't blame me. Sewer, after all. That's all I have for you for now. Achievement unlocked. Squid soup? Of doors. I like that all your little accessories also show up on the save screen. So like I said, with that, I'll be wrapping it up for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Death's Door. I will be probably have 1 or 2 more streams of this before I get to 100%. I don't think I'll take 3 more, but we'll see. Tune in Sunday at 1/6 Iron Time for the final stream of Little Noah Sign of Paradise. Final, like, actual focus stream on it. Because I got to show the challenge runs and stuff. I'll probably, in between now and then, actually play it a bit to get managed to buy everything. Because just watching me repeat the same runs over and over again probably gets a bit boring. So tune in for that. Tune in next Tuesday at 9:30 for the continuation of 9:30 p.m. 6 Iron Time. The continuation of the modeling of the Hollow Knight 3D model, low poly design. I've finished up Hollow Knight last night, but we haven't done any of the background or the room. I'm going to give making essentially the cover art, but in a 3D environment. And tune in next Wednesday at 8 Eastern Time for the continuation of Death's Door. I've been Lord Jabu, and I hope you had a good time. Then I'll see you all later, and I hope you have a good morning, evening, or night. Goodbye.